matter. No matter. Hello, people. It's Friday. It's time for some stories. Stories with two nerds. The nerds tonight being myself and Iman. I don't know about Joe. If Joker's going to be joining us.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. I've just had a bit of a blue screen of death for my computer because it's really hot up here. You know, it's been 34 degrees in Birmingham today.
Oof. It's been 29 up here.
Birmingham hit 34.
Oh, that's brutal.
So, yeah, my loft, or attic for Americans, is absolutely brutally hot. I can already see my connection's a bit wobbly, but that'll be atmospheric stuff causing that. So, if I disappear, I do apologise.
No worries.
I currently have a very large fan in my a very large fan up here on maximum power, pointing straight at my computer. Now, I'd rather it was pointing at me because I'm somewhat overheating, but it's pointing at the computer to try and keep it stable.
Fair.
So hopefully it'll keep it dry.
Oh, fingers crossed.
And cool. Right. Hello, chat. We have James, and we have Andy, and we have Helicart, and Robert, and Jeb, and we have 7 people. Yeah, it's probably about 27 now, 26-ish. It was 34 earlier, but probably because I'm up in the loft, it retains the heat up here, and all the heat sort of gathers and catches. There's no ventilation whatsoever. So walking up here is like walking into a furnace.
Yeah, you don't have like a loft window, do you?
No. There's no ventilation whatsoever.
So when you're having a hot day in the house, do you not like open the loft hatch and let all the heat even out?
No, because I live up here, so I don't want all the heat to be up here.
No, yeah. So you open the hatch and then it equalizes better, doesn't it?
No, because heat rises.
Yeah, but if you leave it closed, then it's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, but heat rises, so if you open it, then it doesn't actually flow downwards.
No, but air does circulate.
It does circulate, but you get no effect at all. The hatch isn't very big.
I'm sure you would.
I don't notice it. Anyway, when I'm up here chatting to you lot or playing my driving games or whatever I'm doing up here, I have to have the loft hatch closed, otherwise I get moaned at.
No, that's true. I was talking about more so when you're away at work and stuff like that.
The loft hatch sort of hangs awkwardly, blocking my daughter's room.
Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. What if you had the hatch open but not the ladder down?
Then I would just... Have you ever seen me with my cut? See my cut across my head there? Yeah. That's due to me forgetting the hatches partially open when headbutting it.
Oh, I thought that was from judo.
No, I'm not doing judo at the moment. No, that there is me headbutt, and I just keep headbutting exactly the same spot because I'm stupid.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Right. Say Major's Musings has a first video for a little while, premiering at 10 o'clock our time. Well done, Sean. You bugger.
Wait, what's he done?
He does these batches of review caps of his campaign and stuff.
Yeah.
Animates them all with his puppets. He has a video premiere at 10 o'clock our time.
Oh, okay.
As in about 5 minutes from now.
Right.
5 minutes from now, 10 minutes from now, roughly.
How dare you, Sean? How dare you?
9 minutes from now, yes. Yeah, I do need some sort of outlet, but the problem, it needs to be one that can be opened and closed. Needs to be properly insulated because up here it gets freezing in the winter. But yeah, I could do with proper insulation, proper noise deadening up here, and some skylight as well.
Yeah, skylight is like necessary, I swear.
But it all costs money.
Yeah, very true.
I'm a tight ass when it comes to spending on the house.
It's not like, you're going to live in it for the rest of your life or anything, is it?
No, yeah, I am. No, we're not moving. There's no way we're moving. House prices have gone up far too much for us to consider a move.
That's fair.
Because proportionally, we just have to get a really big mortgage and pay a lot just to get maybe 1 bedroom more or a garage or something. It ain't worth it. So you've seen our house. It's not very big, is it? We've got a cozy little house.
It's not small, but yeah, not the biggest.
It's not small. It's one way of putting it. It's not
not
small as in microscopic.
I mean, you have to remember, I live in Burnley, which is one of the most deprived areas in the whole of the UK.
But your family have got a decent sized house, haven't you? But both your parents have worked for that.
My parents have worked their asses off to get this.
Yes.
Literally only paid the mortgage off like a few years back and all, so.
Mage, Sean, I'm staying with you for Clericon if I can. Because I'm tight. And you made the offer last year. And I remember things like that. It saves me money. So.
Yeah. So you also said to me about the UK Games Expo and my mum's food. Same time next year?
Yeah. Well, or Cleric, or not Cleric.
Well,
Chaos.
we didn't know Chaosium Con was going to be a thing, but I'm glad it was.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I really hope we get to meet Lloyd and Seth again, because they were top blokes, they were.
They were good blokes, yeah. So,
yeah.
And, because, was it Seth? It was Seth who recognised me,
Seth
wasn't it?
want to recognise you, yeah.
He sat there playing a gaming session. He kept me these. I did see these little side eyes, and I was thinking, "Am I doing something to really annoy him or something?"
No, he was just pinching himself, like thinking, like, I know this guy, but it can't be him, surely.
Then he goes at the end of it. He goes at the end of the game session. He goes, "Are you the old geek? I've seen you on YouTube." And I was like, "Yes." Yes.
And your face was a picture as well.
I've been recognised by someone who's not expecting me to be here.
You were half like happy and half like, oh God,
Yeah. Because when I went to Clericon, people knew I was coming. That was the thing, and a lot of the people there, we move in the same sort of circles. So
yeah.
Meeting people like Slan and Bear and Halakar and Sean, and General Nert. And, yeah.
Sounds like you had to roll for sanity all weekend.
I did. Yes, I did. It was constant madness. Yes.
Fun.
But that was good. It's good.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, I should be able to have enough money saved up that I can attend as well. I've got my passport renewed, so that's one thing.
Yes. But you would need to sort out accommodation. That's the thing.
I'm thinking that the rest of us will do the Airbnb thing, like, because I think Bear said that he's got a bunch of people who would be interested in doing that, and I think Slan did offer that I could stay with him, but if we're all doing the shared thing, then maybe that would be better.
Yeah,
because that way there's less. We don't need to travel to and from the event then, or at least not as far.
Right, bag me for one of the Saturday seats. I haven't signed up for anything yet. Is it what time on Saturday are you running it, Sean? Because I think he's setting me up for us to run a session in the evening. So I'm hoping you're running morning or afternoon. And there goes Hanakar bagging it already. I'm going to have it. No. Afternoon. Excellent. I need to sign up for Clericon. So I can dive in. And you can have, Cakey. You'll come back. my little bumble stump.
What's that when it's at home?
Look, there is a character in Sean's game called Onion Buns Bumble Stump.
Onion Buns
Bumble Stump, yes. And he's become a bit of a folk hero because he just sort of avoids danger and happens to not be there when crap is happening, and he's quite neutral in his outlook, but he's a cheery chappy with it. So he became a bit of a folk hero. So I thought I'd make his a relative of his. Turned out to be a long lost cousin, who was exactly the same. I'd go in brag. I went in bragging that we were the superior bumble stumps, and we didn't run away, and we were braver, and all that sort of thing. And when the shit happened, I hid.
Of course you did. Oh my fucking!
Of course I did. Yes.
Are you sure they're not twins?
No, they're not twins. They're cousins.
Are you sure? They seem pretty similar.
I ended.
Why not both? Why not twins and cousins?
If you watch Sean's review cap with me in it, I said once a bumble stump, always a bumble stump.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So.
You know that thing that you put on your gravestone?
Did you see the gravestone I posted?
That was so funny.
I thought, yeah. Right.
Got me thinking about what mine would say.
Yes, my epitaph.
Your epitaph, yes.
I haven't looked at any of the comments or anything.
Do you know what mine would probably say? Here lies Iman. He couldn't be asked.
Couldn't be asked. Couldn't be asked. Right. So, on my channel, for the next half an hour, Iman, you're not going to be doing any reading yet. We are going to be...
Give me 10 minutes or so. Yeah.
No, we're going to live stream the premiere as well. So.
Oh, go for it, mate. Go for it.
So, yeah.
If you've got something to keep chat entertained, be my guest.
Absolutely. I don't know if the sound always works through my computer when I live stream in. There we are. Look! There he is.
Just play it for a second. Test the sound.
It's not started yet.
Oh, sorry. It's a premiere, isn't it? Of course. Duh.
Yeah, it starts.
Duh.
There we go. I've given it my thumbs up. There we are. Now, obviously, if the sound doesn't play on my stream, let me know. And I'd be happy for everyone to bugger off and watch Sean's premiere and come back here to discuss.
Yes, please come back.
Yes. Right. Is the sound coming through?
I can't hear it. No, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it. Okay. Well, I'm going to stream it anyway. to give because I'm going to stand there and give Sean his watch time, and I'm going to chime in on the chat over there. So, right, the reason why it doesn't play properly on the it's because I use Firefox, and StreamYard doesn't like Firefox's sound.
Okay. Do you want me to share it?
You could do.
I could do. Give me a sec. Major's musings. Right.
So I'll remove mine.
This is.
Let's present him, Arns.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear that. There we go.
Oh, that's loud. Is it loud?
It's just right.
It's really loud for me. People in chat, let me know.
Dum, go.
Some events in this quest deal with hardcore choices and things that sensitive folks don't like level drain. Ooh.
Welcome, minions, to the first of our spin-off sessions from the Night Below campaign. Full disclosure, this session was actually played between episodes 23 and 24 of the Night Below saga, but as it's apart from Heronshire and doesn't involve events of that story thread, I've decided to remove it from the Night Below series from a presentational standpoint. Rest assured, it does involve some characters you've been following from Night Below, having been drawn into another mission. This session was meant to be a one-off for characters who departed Heronshire to level up or rest. But, as is normal with an organic open-world campaign, it turned out to be but the beginning of a whole new quest. More on that in the deliberation after the recap. So, we pick up in Arabelle at the height of the Time of Troubles, where Valletta, the cleric of Tymora, has assembled his friends to ask for their aid. Lady Tymora herself has arrived in Arabelle and is protecting the city, which is threatened from outside forces. Without further ado, roll the opener, and let's have at it.
I've met the
As
real
is our
puppets.
fashion, the action is recreated using the Order of the Stick monster for every season cut-out minis. The players. Grant as Rotkill, neutral good, dwarven fighter, level 7. Claude as Bink, neutral good, half-elf, fighter magic user thief, level 445. Sean as Octavius, chaotic good ranger, level 5. Les as Bovel, neutral good human magic user, level 4. Dave as Daryl, lawful good human paladin of Lathander, level 4. And guest player Ingrid as Chance, chaotic
I
good
can
human
never get
cleric
used
of
to
Tymora,
the
level
North
5.
American pronunciation of names
World
like
event alert.
Les and
As the time of
Les.
troubles raged
They
on,
pronounce the
loss of
S as
Mista
a
meant magic
S.
became
So
unstable,
the Z.
so the DM introduced a
Whereas
ratio
over here,
for
it
arcane
would be
spells.
Les.
Anytime an
or
arcane
Les.
spell is cast, the
I
caster
agree.
had to make a check against their intellect at 2d6 plus 1d6 per spell level. A result higher than the mage's intellect meant a wild surge from a predetermined chart. It has been several months since these PCs left Heronshire, and they've been training and waiting as Lady Tymora herself has come to Arabelle during this time of troubles, and Valletta says that she will have a mission for them. Arabelle has been thriving with the presence of Lady Luck, but her presence has also attracted other, bigger, more existential threats that she is ready to repel with the aid of her priests and followers. To this end, Lady Tymora has restored the fallen ranger Octavius with a powerful resurrection. The price is his fealty to her order. Now a follower of Lady Luck, Octavius has been baptized into the faith and is ready to do battle in her name and defend the city. Bovel and Bink, both magic users, have noticed something amiss with magic. Wild surges, no doubt caused by some destabilizing factor due to the Time of Troubles, have plagued many arcane spellcasters, including themselves. Every time they cast, they have noted an extra level of concentration is required to achieve the effect they want. Failure means a surge of energy and a random result other than what they intended. The higher the spell level, the harder it is to maintain the spell's cohesion. Summoned to the Temple of Tymora, known as the House of the Lady, the team meets with 3 others, a dwarf named Cal Coalfist, a gnome named Bondi Redcap, and another cleric of Tymora called Chance. Soon enough, they are joined by Valletta, who explains that the time has come and Tymora is ready. A young girl, barely in her teens, is peering into the room from a corner watching. Octavius beckons her in, but Valletta immediately drops to kneel, calling her my lady. The others realize this is Tymora's avatar and follow suit. She has them stand and gives them the info they've been waiting for. A threat to Arabelle is coming from 4 fronts, corresponding to air, earth, fire, and water. She has assembled many warriors capable of repelling these threats according to their skills, and in each case, a history with the looming threat. Lady Tymora tells the heroes that their task is to go into the earth and subdue an artifact called the Founding Stone. Valletta and Rotkill have a history with this ancient and powerful artifact. In their early days as adventurers, they, along with their fellows, descended into an ancient underground city where a long-buried great evil had woken up and started to take control of a race of underground insect men called Chitines. The evil was a sentient artifact called the Founding Stone. This whole thing was a part of the module The Shattered Circle, played years before the Night Below campaign had started. As the adventurers made their way deeper into the lost city, they met with much resistance, and both Valletta and Rotkill were gravely injured, and consequently forced to return to the surface, while their comrades delved back into the lair to find and destroy the Founding Stone. They never returned, leaving Valletta and Rotkill as the only known survivors of that expedition. Since its awakening, certain members of the population can feel its presence in the form of various sensations, ranging from a nagging feeling that there's someone watching, or persistent headaches, bad dreams, etc. Lady Tesseril of Evening Star had the passage blocked when the influence of the Founding Stone was expanding beyond the subterranean complex and affecting the surface world. Eventually, the influence faded, but the passage remained sealed. Both Daryl and Bavel had experienced this very sensation during their time in Evening Star, and have recently felt it again in Arabelle. Lady Timora confirms that this sensation is the influence of the Founding Stone, meaning that its army of minions has brought it here, likely via passages in the upper levels of the Underdark. The Lady of Luck informs the group that they will be able to access a series of underground tunnels via a farmstead just outside of Arabelle. She gives them information and directions, and tells them that the Kytines have tunneled up and killed the farmers. That is their point of ingress. They need to follow the Kytine tunnels to an ancient subterranean temple to one of the Elder Gods, which is where the Founding Stone is currently situated. To beat the stone, they must cover it completely in earth. She warns that its magic is powerful, and merely touching it will bend its victim to its will. The stone cannot be destroyed, but it can be subdued. Once it has been subdued, and the other dangers facing Arabelle are past, the lady herself can come and safely remove it from this plane of existence forever. And with that, she bids them well and departs, demonstrating her enjoyment of her youthful mortal form by cartwheeling out of the room like an exuberant child. Before departing, Valletta tells his friends that a plan has changed, and he must accompany his lady on one of her other tasks. He was originally to have joined them, but she changed her mind, and he does not question why. He gives Chance a token with the sigil of Timora. It has a spell of continual light cast upon it. He'd made several of them to give to his comrades, so they are already equipped with one, but it wouldn't hurt for her to have one as well. He bids his friends farewell, and hopes to see them when the crisis is past. With their instructions given, the team immediately departs for the farm. As it's immediately outside of the city, they don't have far to travel. Bink casts a spell of invisibility, but not before the DM has him make a check to see if he's able to control the Wild Surge. A roll of 2d6 plus 1d6 per spell level against the caster's intellect. As we stated earlier, a roll over means there's a Wild Surge. Bink rolls the dice, and the result is less than his 14 intellect, so he turns invisible and scouts ahead to the barn, climbing up to the hayloft. After spying what clearly must be these Kytines in the barn, seemingly standing sentry at a large hay bale, Bink immediately suspects the hay bale is concealing a tunnel down. He returns to report. Worried about Kytine sentries fleeing and sounding an alarm, they make a plan of swift attack. Bink will return, cast a Stinking Cloud spell from a scroll that he possesses to incapacitate the two guarding the hay bale he suspects is the passage to the underground, and then the rest will burst into the barn to finish them off. Bink stealthily climbs into position, cancels his invisibility so he can read the scroll and cast the cloud before the Kytines can react. Once again, a roll against the Wild Surge is made, but Bink succeeds and the Stinking Cloud erupts. One of them makes it save, while the other fails. The rest of the team rush to the barn to attack, but a force of previously unseen Kytines hidden beneath the hay of other stalls emerge and fight. Kytines are insectoid creatures with an ability to generate webbing as well as secrete a resin from their bodies that forms and hardens their webbing into weapons. These resin weapons are deadly and efficient. Rotkill has faced them before, but notes that these Kytines are tougher than the ones he fought years ago. The combat is nonetheless fairly quick, but the Kytines get some solid hits in before being defeated. The team is able to prevent any from escaping thanks to their swift action, and the Stinking Cloud blocking their means of exit. Octavius takes some heavy wounds, so Daryl uses his ability to lay on hands for the day to heal him. Moving the hay bale, they find the expected tunneled passage down. Bondi Redcap and Bink climb down to scout. They follow a narrow corridor to an open cavern descending deep into the earth. They spot no Kytine sentries below, though consider that some may be hidden as before. They return to report. With a rope and grapple, they make their way down one by one, then move toward the large cavern. It doesn't take a dwarf or gnome to see that the cavern has a clear downward slope into the depths of the earth. They form up and proceed. After traveling this subterranean passage for a short while, the group arrives at a massive, sprawling cavern, wherein they see an impressive sight. A massive hive suspended from the walls of the cavern by strands of thick, powerful webbing. From their vantage, they see hundreds of Kytines swarming about on and within the hive, which gives off a strange phosphorescent glow. Patrols of insectoids on the ground will prove a problem if the team doesn't want to alert the whole hive. This is a battle they can't win. Bink hides in a dark area watching the patrols, noting patterns, while the others deliberate on their next course of action. At first, they think the founding stone may be in the hive, but soon recall that Timora herself said it would be secured in an eldritch temple. They must find a way to get past the hive, but without drawing attention. Bondi scouts forward, and when he returns, he notes that he found 3 ways forward. One passage to the left, one large one straight ahead, walled up with webbing, and a passage past the hive to the right. The passage to the left and the one past the hive and to the right have shriekers placed in the tunnel, meaning the group can't get past without noise being made. The group asks if Chance has a silence spell memorized, but alas, she didn't pray for one today. They discuss their options, but which way to go puzzles them. Based on information they have, there are no indicators of which way will take them to their destination. Bovel has a web spell of his own, which they feel would be good to block whatever passage they take after they've gone through, but they need to figure out which one. After eliminating the large passage as it's blocked off by the chitin webbing, they consider the 2 remaining options. Bink suggests that they flip a coin and rely on luck, as gambling is Lady Timora's purview, so honoring the lady with such an act of faith seems appropriate. But the others are not as keen on this. The strange sensation tied to the founding stone has been ever present and increasing by subtle degrees, but only Bovel and Daryl are sensitive to it, the reason still being a mystery to everyone. Bovel has an idea, then moves forward to see if the feeling becomes stronger. He clears his mind so as to focus on the sensation, and the DM calls for a roll against his intellect. The dice are with him, and sure enough, he notices that it does indeed get stronger, though it's barely perceptible. He risks sneaking around after marking the movements of the patrols. As he moves closer to the exit farthest on the right, he notes the sensation does indeed get stronger. This clinches it, and they decide to make for that passage come what may. But in a smart strategy, they plan to use the line of sight to shoot missiles at the shriekers in the other passage to draw chitin attention in that direction while they move the other way. However, given the range and the thin passage, threading that needle proves to be too difficult to hit the shriekers, but the clatter of the missiles impacting against the rocks does draw the patrol to investigate. They use the distraction to move quickly, Bovel casting his web spell after rolling the check for a wild surge against his 18 intellect, making the check easily. After webbing up the corridor behind them, the team runs past the shriekers as they make their unnatural howl. With the alert sounded, they run fast, though they are unsure of how long they have before the chitins catch up. They sprint forward, and it isn't long before they arrive at the temple Lady Timora had described. Before the natural ground entirely becomes wrought stone, the group uses the opportunity to fill several sacks with dirt, as per Timora's instructions on subduing the stone. Before them are 2 gigantic stone doors, 20 feet wide, 40 feet tall. An altar with an offering bowl sits before massive stone steps leading up to the doors. They ignore the bowl and rush the doors, but find that they are impossible to open. There are no handles and no locks. 3 hooded figures emerge from behind them at a distance, striding forward but staying back and watching. Bondi uses the thief's ability to read languages to decipher some ancient text on the altar, referencing a being called something the Unspoken. The part with its name has been chiseled off. Seeing dried brown staining, they ascertain that a sacrifice of blood is needed. Bovel and Chance prick their thumbs, but this results in only a slight tremble on the doors. They reason that a sacrifice must be more significant, so Octavius volunteers and slices his palm. Some force takes hold and draws blood from him. A d6 is rolled by the DM, scoring a 1. Octavius permanently loses 1 hit point, but the doors open. They enter. Before them are 2 passages, each an archway with more text. Bink and Bondi attempt to decipher them. The gnome succeeds on one side, indicating a sacrifice of life and vitality is necessary to proceed left. They choose the passage on the right, and as the first person passes the chosen arch, a wall appears on the other, instantly sealing it. They are now committed. The corridor leads the team to a second pair of arches covered in the same text. Though this time, efforts to decipher the text fail. After discussing which option to take, Bink suggests rule of right and proceeds through the arch. As he passes through, the alternate arch is sealed shut as before, but a crackle of black energy drains a level of life force from him. With no way but forward, the others prepare for the same fate, but are able to pass through without harm. It's ascertained that only the one sacrifice is needed. Once again they arrive at a familiar pair of arches with strange text. While they are again unable to determine the text, it seems that one of the arches is plain stonework, while the other is ornate with gilded designs. This time, Chance chooses to offer up whatever sacrifice is needed and strides through the first plain arch. The other closes as before, but nothing happens otherwise. The chosen passage leads to a 4th set of arches. Bink's roll to decipher the text succeeds, and he says that it reads, Only the literate will know where to end. The group discusses the meaning of this, but can't figure out the puzzle. Ultimately, knowing they must proceed regardless, Rothkill volunteers to test and strides through the left arch. Nothing happens, and the group makes it safely through. Before them is a massive space, which, judging by the broken stone pews and altar, was once a hall of worship. Beyond that is another set of monolithic stone doors. The group attempts to push them open, but to no avail. Examining the altar, they find it's nothing but one big slab, stained brown as with the offering bowl at the temple entry. Except this altar has no offering bowl. The dried bloodstains cover the surface of the altar itself. Chance cuts her hand to give blood as before, but no effect. Reading the runes proves a fruitless effort, the only familiar symbol being that of the repeated word, unspoken. Realizing how much staining there is in the slab, the group comes to suspect that they will need to sacrifice a life on the altar to open the doors. Daryl does not like this at all, and attempts again to push the doors open, but they will not budge. Wondering how much time they have before the army of Chitines catches up, they discuss the options, which are few. They decide, in the end, that someone must die. This being a team of goody-goods, none are willing to volunteer another. The DM rolls morale for the NPCs, then Kyle Colfist offers his own life to give the others a fighting chance, whereas Bondi is too timid to offer himself up. Among the PCs, Bavel declares that in battle his skills are the least useful and offers himself. Bink and Octavius also offer themselves, Octavius stating that his life was already taken once and by rights he should be dead. It is decided that those willing to offer themselves up to die will draw lots. Bavel is convinced not to participate in the lottery as his magic might be necessary. Daryl, the paladin, states that he will not let others make a sacrifice when he is unwilling, so he joins the lottery in Bavel's stead. Kal, Bink, Octavius, and Daryl each draw lots. The DM rolls a d4 to see who gets the short lot. A 2 is rolled, meaning Bink is the one to offer his life in hopes of opening the door to the inner temple. He gives the spellbook to Bavel and says his goodbyes to his allies. After Bink lays down on the altar, Rotkill steps forward to do the task. Bink asks for a clean death, which the mighty Rotkill performs. Bink's body bleeds onto the altar, and after a moment, the massive doors swing open. Claude takes control of the gnome Bondi for the remainder of the session. The group proceeds forward. In the center of a large chamber, the walls of which are far beyond the radius of even their continual light spells, sitting on a dais is a large stone block the size of a spellbook, upright with an effigy of a skull clenching the infinity symbol in its teeth. Bavel and Daryl immediately instinctively recognize it as the source of the sensation they have been feeling. Bowed before it are two figures, a hybrid Chitine spider and a human. The human rises to face the interlopers, and Rotkill immediately recognizes this figure. His friend, the monk Botlak, one of his comrades that was presumed dead from the original adventure to find and subdue the Founding Stone. This, of course, was Les's previous character, who had been rendered in critical condition but not killed outright during their last stand that killed the rest of the team. Bodlak speaks in friendly tones, genuinely glad to see his old friend. He encourages Rotkill and the others to join with the Founding Stone, that what he has seen and learned from the Founding Stone is illuminating. The group is naturally having none of it. As they entered, the team had hatched a quick and efficient plan. So without wasting more words, Bavel uses a scroll with the spell Fly onto Chance, who is carrying all of the massive bags of dirt they collected before entering the temple. Her task is to fly up and bury the stone while the others distract any protectors. Bavel's 5d6 check for a wild surge against his 18 intellect succeeds, and Chance is ready to fly. Initiative is diced, and combat begins. Bondi casts Mirror Image. Bodlak the monk is enhanced with supernatural abilities granted by the Founding Stone and dashes into combat at blinding speed, targeting Octavius. A brutal series of open-hand blows successfully stuns the ranger, but fortunately the monk's chance at an instant kill from such a strike does not succeed. Chance lifts off the ground and flies over the melee to the stone, but the Chitine spider is guarding it. Another figure is casting magic from out of the shadows. Chance is suddenly surrounded in darkness, blinded. This is short-lived, however, as she has the Token of Timora, bearing a spell of continual light that was gifted to her by Valletta. She uses it to dispel the darkness. Blows are exchanged, and Bodlak is hurt, but the team notices that he is regenerating. He withdraws into the darkness to heal. More magic comes from a mysterious source outside of the aura of light from the Founding Stone. A dispel magic cast on Chance, but the rolls fail to dispel the fly or the continual light magic. Daryl sticks close to the stunned Octavius in case Bodlak emerges to attempt to finish the job, while Kal sticks close to Bavel to protect the magic user. Bondi casts a phantasmal force, hoping to create a horde of gnomes to distract the spider. But as a group of creatures is beyond the scope of the spell, the DM rules that this will require a roll against his intellect to see if he can make the illusion believable. The gnome fails his roll, resulting in a strange mash of grotesque gnomish creatures. Bovel casts a lightning bolt from his ring of spell storing, lighting up the spider with a powerful hit, but also hitting Bondi's failed attempt at a gnomish army, thus dispelling it. Chance starts dumping the dirt on the stone from her sacks, but the chitin spider simply wipes it away. In the next round, Rotkill charges the chitin spider to occupy it, while Chance does her job covering the stone. 3 drow warriors appear, which are actually a single warrior with a mirror image spell. It rushes in and strikes Rotkill with a hefty blow, also keeping him distracted and off the spider. Bovel casts a magic missile from the ring of spell storing, dealing some more damage to the spider. Bondi advances, getting close enough to cast color spray on the spider, who fails the save and is stunned for 7 segments. Now fully regenerated, Bodlak emerges from the dark and advances into combat with Bovel and Kal. Daryl is loath to leave Octavius alone, but the greater task is more important, so he charges the spider, dealing a blow. Bondi rushes forward, risking engagement, but is too close to the drow, who is able to get in some attacks against him as he passes. The strikes breach the mirror image and kill the gnome dead. Rotkill attempts the same, choosing to take whatever hit the drow can deliver in favor of taking the spider out. He takes a nasty hit from the drow, but completes his own charge, dealing a heavy blow to the spider, enough to take it to negative hit points. But it begins to regenerate. With the spider down, Daryl turns his attention to helping Chance. The stone is upright, which makes burying it difficult, so he knocks it over with his shield, making sure not to touch it directly, and they start the process of using the dirt to bury it. Budluck's enhanced unarmed strikes brutally beat Bovel to death, despite attempts by Cal to aid. How often do you see that, minions? A player's former character kills his current character. Surrounded by enemies now, the drow casts a fireball and centers it at his own feet to blast all enemies around him while protected by his own drowish magic resistance. But those wild surge rolls finally yield fruit, and the drow fails to contain the energies of a wild surge. The fireball turns into a polymorph, randomly centered on Chance. Chance's save succeeds, and thus the wild magic surge potentially saves the group, as the fireball would have finished them all off. Octavius recovers from the stun and rushes the drow, while Rotkill wheels around and with his attacks cut through the defenses of the drow's mirror image. The drow falls to the blows from both of these warriors. Turning his attention to the downed chitin spider, Rotkill relentlessly hacks at it to prevent it from regenerating, while Daryl and Chance scoop up all of the dirt from the sacks, and finally succeed in burying the founding stone with the precious earth, forcing it back into a dormant state, subduing it, and ending its influence. The spider immediately starts convulsing as the regenerative properties it was blessed with are stemmed, and it dies. Likewise, the drow, who hasn't yet regenerated, now reverts to normal and dies from his grievous injuries. Bodlak falls to his knees in pain as the controlling presence of the founding stone is removed and passes out, but he isn't killed, as he had already regenerated back to full health. The group binds Bodlak up and takes a well-earned breather. The battle is over. Chance prays to Tymora, as through the eyes of her clerics she can penetrate the veil of the Underdark. She informs the goddess that they have succeeded and the founding stone is once again dormant. With an army of chitins between them and the exit, they decide that they will stay in this temple whilst praying to Tymora for deliverance. They have enough food with them for a week. Fortune favors them, and the chitins never show up. Those 3 strange hooded figures do not present themselves either. After almost a week, Lady Tymora arrives at the head of a large host of warriors and clerics, along with Valletta, and the founding stone properly stored away and carried off by Tymora's faithful. The mission is finally over, and they return to Arabelle. Bodlak awakes from his nightmare, though retains no memory of his time as a thrall of the founding stone. Les reclaims the character sheet of his former character and adds him to his folder. With the favor of the goddess, the fallen are resurrected, though, as established, she cannot bring the dead back who are not of her faith, unless they are unclaimed. Only some gods have that power. She is unable to resurrect Bondi the gnome for this reason, but like Octavius, Bovel and Bink convert to the faith and are baptized as Tymorites. Though of proud dwarven ancestry, Rotkill also chooses to convert to the faith of Tymora, given recent events. In a ceremony to those who came to the defense of Arabelle at Tymora's call, Lady Tymora offers gifts to the champions who fought to defeat the threats to Arabelle. Bink is awarded a special Librum of Magic, to be used when he reaches the limits of his understanding of the arcane arts. Rotkill is awarded a great weapon of his people, a dwarven thrower. Bovel is awarded an enchanted white robe of the Archmagi, to keep him safe through his upcoming challenges. Octavius is awarded the Armor of the Rangers, a heavily enchanted suit of studded leather with no bulk and hard as bandit mail. For Daryl, she laments that she could not give him his gift directly, but instead offers a map with the location of a lost artifact of his order, a Holy Avenger, to aid in the coming battle in Heronshire. She warns, however, that it is guarded and the path is extremely dangerous. She also sorrowfully tells him that she mourns for Lathander as he has passed from her sight. She warns the group that great darkness looms in Heronshire, but even from her celestial throne, her sight cannot penetrate the realms of Loth, save for through the eyes of her servants, who are quite few in that realm. The plots of Heronshire come from the Underdark, and an ancient evil is behind it, a memory that predates even many of the gods. Their coming battles will make what they just endured seem like a child's game of play. With XP awarded, the session concludes. Well, minions, that was quite the session. It certainly diverged from this DM's usual MO, and it technically wasn't part of the Night Below campaign, though it did feature regular characters from that campaign. Normally, our Review Cap series focuses on published modules, but this one diverges from that mandate, as the whole scenario was designed by the DM, albeit based on ongoing campaign developments stemming from other published material. The overall AD&D campaign as of this video is going on 12 years old, so obviously there's a lot of rich backstory that took place before the Night Below scenario was started. Relevant to this group and today's session is the module Shattered Circle. The DM ran this adventure for the group many years ago, and as was narrated here, Valletta and Rotkill, then only first level, were the only survivors. Bodlock survived by being knocked into critical condition, that being negative hit points, but stabilized right before the group met their fate against the chitin spider. They did almost have it then, too. But alas, when the spider was monologuing, one of the players at the time got impatient with all the talkie-talkie and attacked before the chitin spider could drop the key clue as to how to subdue the Founding Stone. With its infinite regeneration, the team eventually succumbed. Bodlock was later found and exposed to the Founding Stone, and thus his presence here. When the DM decided that he would play out the Time of Troubles, it was decided that at least one related mission should happen in that otherwise brief span of time. With Lady Tymora canonically arriving in Arabelle and a PC running a Cleric of Tymora, the rest just fell into place. Previous failure to subdue the Founding Stone meant a lingering presence that affected the region, as well as Valletta and Rotkill's role in that scenario meant a final battle with the Founding Stone was a natural fit. It was tied in with the idea that Lady Tymora protected Arabelle from various threats, so the attack on four fronts was concocted with the Earth front being the Founding Stone, and voila, special side quest adventure. One unfortunate turn of events was the absence of Ron, who plays Valletta, the Cleric of Tymora. This whole scenario was basically concocted around his character. Alas, and due to a last-minute emergency, Ron was unable to attend his own party. Easy enough to remove Valletta for other duties, as you saw, but it would have been cool to have the whole gang. Let that be a lesson, minions. Don't craft adventures, and especially not campaigns, around specific individuals. The layout of the scenario was basically the framework of your typical 5-room dungeon. An entry guardian, the chitin sentries at the farm, a puzzle to solve, or RP challenge, the chitin hive, a trick or setback, the series of sacrifices to enter the temple, a final battle, the Founding Stone and its guardians, and a reward, the resurrections and gifts of Tymora. Also of note, on today's episode of How to Beat Yourself Up as a DM, our beleaguered DM here realized after the fact that he made a wee bit of a boo-boo when the wild magic surge happened as the drow cast its fireball. For some reason, in the moment when the DM rolled the result of the wild surge, he turned up caster polymorphs randomly, but instead read it as casts polymorph randomly. Take your time when DMing minions and get things right. Still, as it was the result of a wild magic surge, it's not a big deal, as crazy results are the point. Letter of the law when dealing with chaos is sort of a contradiction, don't you think? Either way, the wild surge saved the group from total destruction in this case. Probably the most pivotal part of the fight, when you think about it. Had that fireball gone off, death was very likely for Rotkill and Octavius, and almost certain for the others in the blast radius. Very close indeed. The linear progression of the 5-room dungeon isn't generally this DM's usual style, but it's necessary once in a while for certain occasions. This particular scenario also serves as a setup for a looming side quest away from the events of the main Night Below campaign, as Daryl the Paladin has declared that he wants to lead a force to find and reclaim the Holy Avenger. The rest of the group has yet to decide on which characters they want to take on the mission, Daryl will obviously lead this mission, while Aneshk the Paladin has been assigned to Heronshire by the Order, so he cannot just up and leave. As for everyone else's choices, that's anyone's guess. It will be interesting to see what Suicide Squad is assembled from their stable of characters for this daunting task. And make no mistake, the DM isn't playing softball on this one. Finding a Holy Avenger has to be earned, minions, and they will be made to earn it. And so, minions, this exciting little side quest comes to a conclusion. Book 1 of the Night Below campaign is complete, and the players are prepping to delve into the Underdark on that one. But first, the quest for the Holy Avenger, which could be anywhere between 8 and 10 sessions. Hard to say, but that's not an unreasonable estimate. The exact dungeon in question will be revealed soon, but for now, no spoilers. Just know that it's a classic. And with that, minions, I bid you adieu.
Cheers him on. Cheers him on.
Well, that was something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. A Sean style review cap. A meaty one as well.
Nice.
So, hello, Doc. No problem, no problem. If you haven't already subscribed to Major's Musings, make sure you do so.
Hey, Manfred.
Right, let's get me dice up on the table.
Owlus Bearus Lodopus.
Yes. I'm sharing my screen in a moment.
You know I've played too much Horror on the Orient Express, John. I read Simulstream as Simulacrum.
Oh. Yeah. That would be good, Sean. Yeah.
Good idea.
It is, yes.
Oh, Mercurius.
Hello, Mercurius. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sven Filker, Ducko, Kevin Lamb, Knickknack95, and Philip Margrave.
Okay.
Right, fellas, are we ready?
Are we ready? Have you got everything?
I've got everything. I'm ready.
Okay. I need to get my stream open because we do the votes on there, don't we, now?
Indeedy doody.
Yes, we do.
I can quickly rehash where we left up last time, if you want.
Yeah, it's a little bit of hashness.
Okay. So we prized open a heavy stone lid, and we were aware of a glimmer of soft light inside. The skeleton within, clad in rusted chainmail, had a glowing longsword in his hands, and we took it, and it's a magic sword, which we can use to harm Reiner Heydrich. No skill bonus or anything, but it's a magic sword. And then we decided to climb the north stairs, and that's where we left off.
Okay.
So, climbing the north stairs, you take the steps down until you come to a door which bears no plaque or sign, although you can see that there are some scratch marks on the door, as if something has been removed or some creature has been trying to get in, or perhaps has just defaced the door. Will you open the door, retrace your steps and head east, which we've already done that, or retrace your steps and go south? Okay, so door or south?
I'm going to say open the door.
Let's go for the door.
Oh, people actually came back after watching Sean's video. Thanks, guys.
The curse was lifted.
Mercurius wants to go east. Are you in awkward mode, Mercurius, now? Are you?
When is he not?
I don't know. He's earned the right to be as awkward as he likes.
Well, do you know what? It's because his head's upside down and all the blood's rushing to his brain.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, I think open doors winning pretty unanimously, even in Go South can't win, can it? Can it?
Let's have a look. We've
No, it
got
No, it
7 votes, with Mercurius voting as an 8th vote. Yeah, Open Door has one.
To his brain, yes, of course.
Yes. Don't be
Pardon me, I'm being attacked by sneezers. Okay, so we're turning to 338.
Yeah.
Open the door. Damn it, I didn't get to the mute button in time. Sorry.
No. Oh, bit of news. I have only 5.5 hours left at work till I stop for a proper holiday. Proper holiday. I'm off to Italy on Monday till Friday. Then I'm not back at work until the Monday afterwards.
It's about bloody time you've earned it,
mate.
It's about bloody time you've earned it, mate.
Yeah, I believe so. So Italy. Italy's going to be good. Lots of good food and booze, and see lots of ancient sites. Lovely. I'll take some photos and things.
Please. So, we open the door. You open the door into a chamber that is lit by a pearly globe of magical light, shining softly over a quartz crystal coffin, which stands on a magnificently decorated catafalque.
What's one of those?
I don't know.
Spell it.
Let me type it out. Catafalque, maybe? But it's not got the accent on it. Catafalque.
I have never seen that word before in my life.
No, me neither.
What an interesting word, though.
This book is full of interesting words, you know.
Yeah.
Inside the coffin, you see a man of extraordinary height, almost 7 feet tall, and with flowing blonde hair. He has smoother face, finer feature, and thickly muscled. The body must surely be embalmed. On the catafalque is a small ornamental shield with lettering which reads simply Siegfried Heydrich.
Ooh.
Although you can see no belongings of the blonde giant inside his tomb, there might well be something concealed within it. Will you try to open the coffin, wait a while to see if anything happens, or leave and take the stairs back up?
Hold on. I'm just going to...
A catafalque is a decorated wooden framework supporting the coffin or a distinguished person during a funeral or while lying in state. Okay.
Excellent. Joker, I might slip that into a quiz in the near future. That's a great word. Right, okay. What were the options again?
Open coffin, wait a while, or leave.
Open coffin.
Wait or leave.
Wait. I'm struggling to type here. Wait. Or...
I've typed it in chat, Halakar.
Okay. Right. Yeah, we've got to open the coffin. We've got to find out what's in there.
Yeah,
we've got the story
open
to take
the
it out.
coffin.
I can see 9 people in chat, and it's pretty unanimous.
Yes.
Right, okay, we'll open the coffin. 384. Do. That's a different coffin. Roll 1 die and add 5 to the number rolled. If it's equal to or less than your faith, well, it will be because we got a faith of 12.
Yep.
10 to 229.
Mercurius wanted to leave, but he's outvoted.
Sorry, Merc. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, a lot of them are. There's a lot of sort of dodgy German influence in the naming here of the bad guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. From the body, a ghostly double of the man rises and sits up, then moves out of the coffin to stand before you. Towering over you, the shade of Siegfried Heydrich stares grimly down and gestures for you to follow him, pointing to the coffin. You lift the lid and gently move the body aside. Your shaking hands find a secret door in the base of the coffin. The gap is large enough for you to squeeze through, following the impatient ghost. You drop a few feet down to a stone floor, and half crouching, using your light source, you follow Siegfried's ghost along a short, narrow passage, which opens into a kind of small shrine. Siegfried points first to a small, rosy quartz vial of colorless liquid. Holy water. I can't do a voice for this guy. I don't know. Give me a voice for Siegfried. Holy water, he explains. You'll find that useful. Add holy water to your possessions.
Oh.
Okay. Holy water.
Seems like Reinhardt's the only bad Heydrich, isn't he?
Reiner, yeah.
Reiner.
Well, apparently Katarina's evil, but we've not met her, so.
No.
Holy
Heydrich
water?
Seems to be good in this.
Seems to be. But who can you really trust? Like, how do we know they're good? Then Siegfried looks at a very strange gilded bronze globe, lying on the white cloth table before you, next to a silver chalice. Do you have a steak? Yes, we do.
Yeah, we had a nice T-bone.
Turn to 304. 304. Okie doke. Do you also have a crucifix or the shield of faith? If you have at least one of these items, turn to 104. Well, we have the crucifix.
We do.
Turn to 104. Shield of faith. That's interesting.
Nice sirloin. Medium rare, please.
You already possess what is needed to destroy Reiner in his coffin. Siegfried whispers softly. That's not whispering softly at all. He rests to the south of here. You know where to find him. But we have more work here. Pick up that globe and concentrate upon it. If you are of sufficient faith, it will serve you well. Roll 1 die and add 4. If the total is less than or equal to your faith, yes it is, turn to 12. 12. You feel a surge of well-being from the blessed item, and your stamina's returned to its full initial level. Turn to 35. Alright, we got a full heal, but I think we were alright. Well, if we weren't alright, we are now. You possess all that is needed to destroy Reiner in his coffin, says the ghost softly. But can you fight him? Do you have the Book of Swords? If you do, turn to that paragraph, which is half the number of the magical page in that book. Don't think we do we?
No.
We've got the Book of Healers, no Book of Swords. If you do not have this book, turn to 14.
Oh.
I'm wondering. Turn to 14. Do you already have a magic sword? If you do, turn to 82. Okay. This is like the checklist now, isn't it?
Yes. Do you have high skill? No, we don't.
Nope.
We're going to get our ass kicked anyway. It's all delaying the inevitable.
I'm just want to see what happens if we say no. Because I'm very curious if you've had 2 opportunities to get a magic sword. Oh, okay. He just basically tells you where a magic sword is. All right. You ascend
must
back
have a
into
sword.
the coffin and leave the undertomb. The ghost fades as you depart. You climb the stairs back to the T junction, and from there, well, we can only go south now. So turn to
Right,
161.
Right. Good to see my computer's not playing at this time.
It's the fan in it.
Here's the fan. Yeah. Just saying, in case you don't know, Jap. Before the stream started, I had the computer on, set everything all up. I thought I'll go for a quick shower because I've been at work all day. Came back from my shower, sat down in the chair to find a blue screen of death. So I've got a great big fan pointing at the computer, belting out. So if you hear a humming in the background, it's that. It's pointing at my base unit because it's so hot and stuffy up here, just to give it some airflow. And hopefully it's behaving itself at the moment. Anyway, where were we?
You open the door with your keys and enter a bare stone antechamber, decorated with wall carvings of rats, bats, and wolves. Opposite you is a door, and from a narrow slit along its base, baleful red light spills out from a chamber beyond. Roll 1 die. D6, please, sir.
What? 1. Oh, hang on. I've got to find where the right window. I've got that in. That one.
Just 1d6.
1.
If you roll a 1 or a 2, turn to 279. 279. Right, let's see. As you cross the room, one of the carved stone rats comes to life and nips your heel. Lose 1 stamina point as you turn to strike. It's gone. You cross the room and open the door. Turn to 341. Okay, so we're on 21 stamina. Three, 4, 1. Yeah, okay. You step into a palatial chamber, lit by glowing oil lanterns with red crystal lenses. Black, crimson, and silver wall hangings obscure the walls, and you can see no other exits. The room is magnificently furnished with teak and walnut, and silverware and marble gleam in the soft light. Some 20 feet away is a raised balcony at the top of marbled stairs with gilded banisters. And there stands a dark-haired man with blazing eyes, wrapped in a cloak of the deepest black and crimson. The Count! Behind him, you can see a chained girl, her long auburn tresses tumbling over her bare shoulders, struggling without hope to free herself. Her lovely fair face turns to you and she cries out for help. But your eyes are fixed on the terrible, dark, charismatic Count. His green eyes are afire as he gazes at you and parts his lips in anticipation. Roll 1 die and add 6 to the number rolled. If it's less than or equal to your faith, well, it is, because we have 12.
Has to be.
We can only tie at worst. That's great. 274. And I'll show you the aardvark. Manfred, here's some aardvark for you. There's the Count. You see that?
Yes.
Also here, on the cover as well.
There he is.
There he is. 10 to 274. The Count has tried to cast his vampiric charm upon you, but he has failed to control your mind, and now you can fight freely. 4 choices. Will you?
Okay. Start a poll. Okay. Will we?
Run and strike him with your sword.
Yeah.
Throw holy water at him, if you have any. Cast a spell, if you can.
Don't think we can we?
Oh, we've got 2 spells.
Okay.
And get an item out of our backpack. So, just to reiterate, we have the spells of... We used Shatter on the Thassalos. We have Great Strike, which gives us +4 damage if we succeed, but only in that combat round. If we fail that combat round, we lose the +4.
Okay.
And we have True Heal, which gives us 11 stamina. Those are the 2 spells we have.
I would say throw holy water.
You would say holy water? Water with holes in it?
Yes.
Backpack.
I'll tell you what we've got in our backpack. We've got a silver crucifix, a ring of regeneration which automatically works, a crypt key, a magic sword, castellan's keys, a silvered stake, brandy, and holy water. Alright. Almost everyone's saying holy water.
Yeah. Any more votes? How many votes we got so far?
I see 12, so holy water wins.
Okay. Yeah, 7 out of 8 have voted for holy water. Yeah, I agree with Halakar. Holy water this round. Yeah, big boom next round.
274, and we're turning to 216, throwing holy water at him. You throw your holy water at the vampire. Roll 1 die and add 1. D6, please, sir.
Yep. Ooh,
Yes! We do 7 points of damage to him.
Oh.
This is numbered between 2 and 7. This is the number of points of damage the blessed liquid does to the maddened undead creature, whose skin now seems to be on fire. If you have another one available, you have time to throw a second vial. Nope. Or you can attack by sword or spell.
Okay, so I'm going to end that poll.
So
Start a new poll.
Sword or spell? Well,
Sword or spell? I'm going to say spell.
And that goes for me too. Too dangerous for the sword.
Well, the sword comes next.
you still think he's too dangerous for the sword? For the magique sword? Spells winning for now. I see 12 people still. I see 6 votes.
Oh, half the people watching have voted.
Get your votes in, chat.
Revenge of the sword.
Thank you. It's getting juicy, fellas. It's getting juicy.
Aye.
I see 8 votes. Oh, another one for spell. Oh, sorry, sword. Oh, it's evening up a bit.
It is. We're 5-3 at the moment. Still 3 more people in chat. How many people actually pronounce the W in sword? I normally wouldn't. I just did.
No.
Sword. No, it's sword. It's a sword.
Of course it's sword. Yeah, we just take the piss out of our own language because that's what we can
It's like
do.
people who pronounce the L in folks.
I've never heard anyone actually do it.
I have.
Oh, my days.
I've stopped watching certain people on YouTube because they insist on doing it all the time.
What, folks?
They say folks, and it bothers me. Bothers me. It's folks.
Yeah, yeah. And do you call them yolks instead of yolks?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, yeah, okay. I see 2 people who haven't voted, so sword could still sway it. Although, to be fair, I'm one of them, so.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm voting for you, aren't I?
You are voting for me, yeah, yeah. And you're one of the people who's watching the thing, so yeah. So
Well, that's still 2.
You have cast that.
Okay, let's go with spell. We've only got 2 spells, and we can't really use one of them, so.
Yeah.
161. Wait, hang on. Is that what it said? What page am I on? 216. There, okay, attack with a sword or spell. Okay, 158. There we go. Sorry, I got the wrong reference there.
Easily done.
158. The only spells of use here are Great Strike or Jandor's Bolt. Okay, so we don't have Jandor's Bolt, so Great Strike it is.
No.
Turn to 3, 4, 6. We better hope we succeed in our first combat round against him, because we got a skill of 7, mate. You advance upon the Count, hoping for a powerful initial sword thrust, at the same time casting the spell as you strike. However, you will only do the extra damage if you have the higher attack strength and land a blow in this attack round.
Okay.
6.
Remember, he's taken 7 damage, so we've got
He
that
has.
start. But I'm betting he's going to have about 10 skill compared to our 7.
Yeah, 10. Sure.
Okay, 12?
Do you have a magic sword? We do.
Yes.
If we do, turn to 372. 372. A lot of flipping pages, but here we go.
Yes, there are, yes.
You can strike the vampire with your magical weapon and wound him. He uses no weapon, but deploys his inhuman strength to smash and bludgeon you with his powerful fists, and claw at your face and arms. With a skill higher than the limitations of a mere mortal, Count Reiner Heydrich is a very powerful enemy indeed. Skill 13, stamina 21.
We can knock his stamina down to 14. Oh, we are very dead. We are very, very dead.
Count Heydrich. Skill 13. Stamina initially 21, and we're knocking that down to 14.
Yeah. This isn't going to go well. But
okay, so he's on 14. If the Count's stamina is reduced to 4 points or lower, turn to 28.
Okay, right. Come on, guys.
We've got to do 5 blows against him.
No, not if we hit the first time. We don't.
That's true. Okay. We've got a skill of 7.
Yeah, our skill's shit. Okay, we've got 16 on the first round. Come on, roll really badly. Iman, roll really badly. No, you dick.
Let me see. Right. Please get double 1. Oh, fucking bastard. Right, okay. We're on 19
I thought my roll
stamina.
was yours for a moment. I thought my roll was yours for a moment.
No.
I don't know. It's because it's delayed. I'm seeing the screen delayed. So I saw 5 and 4, 9,
yours.
and that's what 9. That's what 9 came up again. But Iman's rolled 9 as well. No, it's just a slight lag on the screen. Okay. Right. Hello, Svinfeld.
Hang on. Go again.
All right, well, 8 this time. Come on, roll very badly indeed, Iman.
Nope.
No!
17.
Okay. Okay, I rolled really well this time. Now you've got...
Yes! We win by 1.
That's what we need.
1. He's down to 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you win that one.
15 stamina. No, he wins that one.
Yeah.
13 stamina.
He wins that one.
No, he wins. No.
No, he
9
wins that one as
stamina.
well. No.
No. 7 stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
Oh my god. Right. Get 5 or less. Fuck! 5 stamina.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck. 3 stamina.
1 stamina.
Oh no. Oh no.
We've got a chance of winning this one. Come on.
No, we're dead. And thus marks the end of whoever this was.
Saxius, I don't know how many deads we've had now.
I'm going to elect to say...
It's about 6, isn't it?
Shall we roll our skill, stamina, and luck again and give it another go? Can we beat this fucker? Or do you want to start
No, it
again?
wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right. We have
Should
to
we
put
start
this
again
book,
and find the
No,
real
we have-
magic sword?
we have to put this book on the back burner and come back to it at a later date.
Oh, no.
That's what we're going to have to do.
The bastard beat us.
He did, yes. I think the heal spell could only be used out of combat, from what I remember.
Yeah. And we would have died anyway.
Yeah, he kicked our ass. A 6-point skill advantage is almost impossible to overcome.
If we'd have won that first combat round, there would have been just the slightest of chances for us to
a
win.
glimmer.
Yeah.
But
Skill
it would have
13, John.
Yeah. So you basically can't do this adventure unless you have a skill of 11 or 12, really, can you? When you get to him, which means you've got to avoid any skill sapping stuff along the way. You've got to find everything that boosts your skill if possible, such as a magic sword, which adds.
Well,
possible.
I can show you. I don't know if you can see that. That's how far we got the first time. That's the second time.
Yeah, but we did restart a lot of times because of deads.
Very deads.
So yeah, we're going to put this book away for a little while because we have pounded this for 3 weeks.
Say goodbye to this evil bastard for now.
That's a toughie. That book is a toughie.
It's a good one though. It's a good one. It
It
definitely grew on me.
It is good, yes. I like the way it's got a fairly open layout. It's not as linear as a lot of the books, and it uses lots of long words.
Some which I've never heard before.
Absolutely.
It's always good to be edumacated.
Yeah, it is. It is. Right. Now, obviously, I won't be streaming next week because I'm on my hollybobs. And I won't be back till quite late on the Friday, more than likely. I haven't checked the flight times, but I think I'm likely to be back Friday evening. think our flight is in the afternoon. So, do you want to start another book now, or do you want to?
I can
You
go
want
and
to leave
grab
it till
one.
like that?
I can go
Or
and
do you
grab
want-
one if you want.
I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you. 'Cause bear in mind, we're going to be off. I'm going to be away next week. I mean, we could call it there.
We could chat shit for half an hour if you want.
Yeah, we'll chat shit for a bit. Yeah, let's do some chatting shit.
Because if I will go inside and get another book, I'll have to print off another character sheet, adventure sheet as well.
Yeah. Andy, I won't be driving on holiday. We're not taking a car. We're not hiring a car. We're within walking distance of the Colosseum, so we're quite close to the centre. So everything will be in walking distance for us. Yeah, so a classic chill stream.
So when are we doing
Chat.
this drinking quest thing?
I don't know. It's up to Mage to get it sorted.
Mage?
Mage, yes. It's up to Mage to get the drink. Right, enjoy, James. Enjoy.
Cheers, James.
Yeah,
Thanks for stopping by.
inflict much pain on them with the Aspis.
Saxius would say, kill them all. What?
Kill them all. But now, it's up to Mage to get the drinking quest sorted. He knows what he needs to do. He just needs to get in touch with me and say, "We'll do it on this day." And I'll be like, "Yeah, go on then." My current weekly routine does not involve me going into work for the early shift on a Saturday. So yeah, my Fridays I can feasibly have a few drinky poos on a Friday now. Feasibly.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Ah,
No worries, Mage. Well, whenever, just let me know. So, you pair, you started the infamous Forget Me Not, didn't you, on Tuesday?
Yes, we
indeed,
did.
good.
How well did it go, do you think, for you?
Well, we know more than the players were role playing, though.
Yeah. It's a very good way of putting it, Joker. It's very challenging to role play a character who you have no idea about anything about them.
Yeah.
Like, I know
Yeah.
I was a smartly dressed man. That was about it.
Nice one, Sean. Nice one. Good luck in Seattle. I think you're going for the Overpower tournament, are you?
Yes, Andy. Yes, very good.
Yes, can't remember. But no, it was a good session.
Very
It was.
enjoyable.
Yes, you've got lumps. Yes, you saw your lumps.
I've
lumps
got
and bumps.
arachnophobia.
Yeah,
The lady lamps.
yeah, and it worked out quite nicely.
Maybe we don't want to spoil too much in case anyone wants to play it.
Absolutely. I'm sure there are some people in chat who have not yet encountered Forget Me Not, because I will be running it later in the summer on my Discord for anyone else who wants to join. My current run through is the 4th time I've run it, and as with any adventure, I believe you get better at running it with each run through. You get more fluid with each run through, and you tweak bits. So this is my fourth time running it.
With my limited experience, because I've only ever ran one game twice, it was smoother the second time around.
Yes. Yeah, no, Mage, you don't recall that one. Yes, of course you do.
Forget Me Not is called Cthulhu's Finfilcar.
It is, yes.
Yes.
I ran Call of Cthulhu on Monday and Tuesday, and the main reason why I didn't stream on Wednesday night is I ran games on I ran a game on Sunday. Not so. I ran a game on Saturday. I hosted a quiz on Sunday. I ran a game on Monday. I did a full day at work on Tuesday and ran a game on the evening. Did a full day at work on Wednesday. And so I just needed a night to go. Because
Understandable.
don't worry, don't worry, Manfred. Just play her however you think. I mean, I envisage her to be sort of a bit of a sort of imagine her like a slightly weird astrologer type who's a bit gothy. Start talking about the sun going through Pisces and all that sort of, and the moon being in Gemini or whatever, and you'll get it right, I think.
Oh no, not the astrology.
Yeah, that's how I picture her.
No. Next thing you know, it'll be the Chinese zodiac.
In the constellation of Castorabus.
And if you want to think what she could look like, just Google the Sisters of Mercy and look at the bassist Patricia Morrison from the late 80s. There you go. There you go. That's probably what she'll look like. Something like that, anyway. Not quite such large hair.
Andy's comment there. Oh,
What's that? Winning bits and pieces at club, the head managed to bite someone's ankles and hold on.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, Winona Ryder's character in Beetlejuice. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Betelgeuse.
Beetlejuice. So I just tend to think of gothy women because I do like all that music from the 80s. So I used to go to goth clubs when I became of clubbing age. There used to be a lot of women dressed like that, swirling around the dance floor to Sisters of Mercy and various other similar bands. What, Beetlejuice? Oops.
No, I didn't say it. It was him.
That is a film I have seen. I have seen Beetlejuice.
Way!
My God! Wait! Did everyone just hear that?
I haven't seen. I haven't seen they released a follow up a couple of years ago.
It's not that. No, last year, Beetlejuice. It's not too bad.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the follow up. I saw the original. It was quite good. Quite amusing. Oh dear.
Most of the original cast came back, apart from the man that got in trouble with the law.
Who was that?
The biggest one. I think he played the father or the boss.
Which
The
one's
first one.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah, the star is the way you wrote it. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's have suggestions and votes. Suggest 3 classic films, fantasy style films, in chat, and we'll have a vote. And bear in mind, I will not watch things that are particularly bloody. Okay. So suggest 3 suggest 3 fantasy films. Okay, so we have The Princess Bride. I knew that would be mentioned.
Well, I had to get in there before everyone else did, so
That's just there for punishment.
No, Star Wars is not fantasy. Star Wars is sci-fi.
It's both.
I don't mind. Okay, Conan the Barbarian. I have seen Conan the Barbarian, but it was a long time ago. I was about 15. I haven't seen The Princess Bride. No, it's sci-fi. I've seen Star Wars anyway.
It's sci-fi fantasy. It's both.
I've seen the first 4 Star Wars films, and I gave up after The Phantom Menace because it just got too silly. had no interest in seeing the other two that came after that.
That is fair. Okay. I was just looking through my list, and yeah, the only one that I would classify as fantasy is Princess Bride. That's on my list of things I need to watch.
I've watched the Lord of the Rings films many times. Many times.
Well, if I had to choose, it'd be down to my slight liking of from my childhood. Really, it'd probably have to be Never-Ending Story.
Never-ending story. Oh.
And then my other one would have to be Narnia. And weirdly, not that it's the best story, but Return to Oz.
Okay. So, are you making notes? Are you making notes, Mage? We've got the Princess Bride. A couple of votes for Dragon Slayer. Okay. Well, there we go. There's two films, Princess Bride and Dragon Slayer. There you go. Those are penciled in. I've seen Clash of the Titans, but I was very young.
What's wrong with Never-Ending Story?
I've seen Never-Ending Story. Again, I was quite young. I did watch a fair few films when it was before we had a video in our house. When it was a thing that a film was being shown on TV, and you had to sort of huddle around the TV at the time that it was being shown to watch it. Our family used to put time aside to sit and watch films.
So when one of them had to be on a bike to run the TV?
Yeah. Dad had to stand behind it holding the aerial to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those sort of things.
The good old
Get
days.
out the window, Dad.
We didn't get a VHS video till about 1988 in our house. I've Lord of the Rings became a bit of a thing with our family because we used to go camping every year. Still do go camping most years. Just this year we went to Italy instead. And we would always take a DVD player and a television for those rainy days in the tent. Connect up the electric hookup, and if we had a really badly rainy period, we would just do an all-day binge, and it would either be Lord of the Rings binge or Harry Potter binge, depending on who got to the DVD player first. I haven't seen The Dark Crystal. I haven't seen The Last Duel. Haven't seen Lady Hawk. Haven't seen Princess Bride. There you go.
As far as Harry Potter goes, I just want them to hurry up and release the supposed 3-hour version of the very first film, which will basically have all the uncut, the unseen footage of Rick Mayall being in it.
Oh right, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, apparently Rick Mayall done a lot of filming, and he was supposed to be in it.
I'll have to Google that.
There's rumored to be a 3-hour.
Cut out then, Joker. Has Joker gone crunch? I think he has.
He might have pulled his headset out or something.
Hello?
Hello, 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 Joker.
Did you accidentally
Yeah.
pull your head out or something?
I don't know what I did.
Carry on.
Can you still hear
Speaking
me?
of,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of 3 hours, next week, when we go to Italy, we had planned to visit the Colosseum, and we had planned a day trip to Pompeii. We'd set aside quite a sizable budget for sightseeing. Because my wife's had an inheritance recently, because her father passed away. We've got that we're spending that, and we had a couple of savings schemes come in and all sorts. So at the moment, we're quite comfortable. We've decided to spend it on things that we've not been able to do, such as go abroad as a family, which this will be the first time we've ever all been abroad, all four of us together, which is nice. So we had we got a budget for sightseeing. I'm sure I've asked some people this question before about guess the cost of the tour. We're going to the Colosseum. We have a 3-hour guided tour of the Colosseum, including the arena floor and the gladiator dungeons. For a family of 4, it has cost a ridiculous amount.
I thought it would.
The cheapest tour, which didn't involve going in the dungeons or onto the arena floor, was £100 per person.
Ooh.
The cheapest tour we could have booked was £100 per person. If you want to go to the dungeons and the arena floor, it was £160 per person. So for a family of 4, it's about 650 quid it's cost us. Therefore, we had to scratch off the idea of going to Pompeii, because that would have been a train ride down to Naples. So instead, our Thursday we're going to go to the Vatican, see the Sistine Chapel, go to the Vatican Museum, and all that sort of stuff, and that's much cheaper.
And the Da Vinci Code locations.
Well, yeah, all that sort of stuff. So that's what. And the Wednesday, I think we're going to go shopping and eating and stuff. The Monday's the day we arrive. We will arrive Monday morning. Probably just sort of chill and go out to eat and things like that. Of course, we're going to see the Trevi Fountain and all that sort of thing. And the Spanish Steps. We're just going to see which day I think Wednesday might be our sort of general roaming day.
Haha, roaming
around Rome. We have been told to. I think you said about be careful where we eat, because eating places have gone downhill in recent years.
It's just a lot of places in the major cities are tourist traps, aren't they?
Yeah. So we
want to look for the most inconspicuous rustic looking place, and they'll have the best.
I nominate my son to be a gladiator. I think he'd fight. I think he'd fight quite well. He's stronger than my daughter.
I think Hollywood, to be fair.
Yeah,
I was going to say both of them would probably give a good shout.
Yeah, Jake's stronger than her now.
Ooh.
It's about bloody time.
Yeah,
but to be fair, she's. I wouldn't fuck with her.
No. I've seen Pompeii before. I was 17 when I went on a school trip to Pompeii and Herculaneum, and I think we're going to plan in a few years' time to go to Italy again, but this time go to Naples, and that way you can have a day around Pompeii, then have a trip to Herculaneum and that sort of thing. Go up Vesuvius, and make a proper week of it. because it all felt a bit. We looked at some of the trips, and they seemed a little bit rushed. We didn't want to go by bus either, and the bus ride would have been ridiculous, but the train ride was expensive. So it's a long way by bus, coach. So it was one of those juggling things. We got to try and juggle the time. Do you remember we're only there for 3 full days? We've got like a 3/4 day Monday and a half day Friday, and then 3 full days in the middle. Mage indeed is in Canada. Yes, that's why he's in Toronto, which is why I stay with him. He kindly offered me his I say his floor, but he's got a fold out sofa thing. You'd rather see Pompey, but he's dead. Yeah, yay, yay.
Yeah, and Frankie Howard doesn't do. Frankie Howard doesn't do the tours anymore.
No, that's true. So you can't go up Pompeii because he's dead. But Pompey was a Roman general in the 1st century BC. Died around sometime around 45 BC, 50 BC. Somebody Google Pompey, see what year he died. I reckon he died, I think it was 48. I'd go 48 BC. Pretty sure he died before Caesar. He was part of the triumvirate, Caesar, Crassus, and Pompey.
48 BC, well done.
48 BC. Yes. Yes.
Look at the big brain on you.
2 bonus points for House of Games.
Yeah. Well, in that triumvirate, there were basically Caesar was the great politician, the great administrator. Crassus was the money man, and Pompey was the popular general, the leadership, the man of the people type individual, and that's why they worked together. But of course, they all fell out in fighting and whatever.
So, which one was Saxius?
Saxius. Well, I imagine he'd be the politician type, the Caesar. How did he die? Wasn't he forced to commit suicide after a battle? Pretty sure he lost a battle.
Let me reopen the closed tab.
Or am I thinking? I know Crassus's head was presented to Caesar, I believe. I think Pompey was forced to commit suicide after a battle. Then come to Clericon, Jeb.
Apparently he was assassinated.
He was assassinated. Okay.
He was defeated at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BC, and he sought refuge in Ptolemaic Egypt, where he was assassinated by the courtiers of Ptolemy XIII.
Okay. So I was right about him losing a battle, but I wasn't right about him being forced to commit suicide.
That's what Wikipedia says.
Yeah. But Wikipedia for things like that tends to be quite accurate. I did ancient history at A level when we had to read things like Tacitus and all that sort of stuff. So
you can put Major's comment down now. I think, John, it's hiding your face.
Okay. yeah, that's fine. It's Cato who committed suicide after the battle. Okay.
But you remembered that still. I mean, that someone committed suicide in that battle.
Yeah. Well, that was quite common for a defeated Roman general to throw himself on his sword.
They were doing it before the Japanese were doing it.
Yeah. I mean, did you know, for example, that When the Romans suppressed the Iceni revolt, Boudica, one of the legions, one of the Roman generals, was given orders to turn up to support the Roman cause, and he chose not to. And the Romans inflicted a huge defeat on the Iceni, loads of plunder, loads of glory on the battlefield. And because that Roman general had refused the order and not turned up, he had effectively denied his troops the glory of defeating the Iceni. So he committed suicide.
Oh, that is pretty bad, to be fair.
He threw himself on his sword because he had denied his troops the plunder and the glory.
That is fair. I would probably do the same thing. You fucked up bad, bro.
Bloody hell. Jeb. I mean, I got my flight for about £600 last year, which was about $800 US. But basically, my YouTube channel paid for that flight. I have to say, my YouTube channel hasn't made as much this year. So I'm having to dig into my savings. But I do now have savings because of the savings schemes coming in. And my mortgage ending, which is rather nice. So I am finally, for the first time in 20 years, accumulating savings.
Way.
Hasn't happened for a while. Oh, right, you're on the other side of Canada. Fair enough. Fair enough. They wouldn't let you have time off, Doc. I'd have words. It helps that I'm the manager and I train the staff. I have basically, or I've got 3 members of staff now, and I have told them when my holidays are. I don't have to ask for them. I'm saying these are my holidays. You are forewarned. Deal with it. Yes. Right. Anyhow, I think I've probably waffled on long enough, but hey ho. I mean, what's nice about our current situation? I mean, when we chose to have kids, my wife gave up a job. She said straight away that she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, wanted to have multiple kids, and she wanted the traditional family. So I ended up doing 2 jobs for a long time. Part-time IT job in a school, and I was out 5 or 6 nights a week hosting pub quizzes. So I'd be home in the afternoon where I'd be preparing the kids' food, but I'd be out in the mornings and the evenings, like 5 or 6 days a week. And we just about scraped through. It was quite difficult because my wages weren't particularly high. Just about scraped through. And when my lad got to about 6 or 7 and was comfortable in his primary school, she got a job as a dinner lady, working 10 hours a week. And that was £80 a week. That was huge for us, absolutely huge. She's now full-time. Our daughter's 21. She works full-time. And my son turns 18 and he starts working full-time in September. So we'll have gone from one income, a very mediocre income, to 4 incomes. None of them particularly big, but 4 incomes in one house. And it's made it's a massive difference. Massive difference. This is why we can actually start saving and having these holidays and stuff. But none of us earn even the national average, but combined, it's all right. We have to work for it. Anyhow, I'm gonna call it there because it's been a long old week. I'm in tomorrow from 2 till 7:30.
Doing nothing.
I won't be doing nothing tomorrow.
Isn't it tomorrow you're supposed to be just sitting back and letting her do it?
Yeah, I've got a big job to do in the back of the shop.
Ah,
So I'm going to be in the back room of the shop sorting out all the boxes of all the stuff that became illegal, cataloguing exactly what you've
are
got.
you still going to chuck them out?
Yeah, it's all got to be catalogued. It's all got to be logged in the boxes. All the boxes have got to be sealed. And that's my job tomorrow because I've got a member of staff there to manage the front of the shop, look after the front of the shop. I'm there to call on if need be, but I'm going to try and leave her to deal with everything herself as much as possible. So I'm basically clearing shelves and counting things tomorrow. Am I doing the OSC? I doubt it. Unless I can get it on my phone beside me while I'm doing all the cataloguing, but it would be a lot of background noise because I'll be throwing things into boxes. That thing is, Manfred, I don't have the energy. That's why I had to not stream on Wednesday. I was knackered. Tell the other Americans what a dinner lady is. A dinner lady works during the lunch times at schools, usually schools with lots of little children, and you have 5 or 6 dinner ladies out in the playground, just making sure the kids don't get up to mischief during the lunch times. And the dinner ladies take it in turns with their assigned classes to organize their classes and take them into the dining hall when it's their dinner slot. Make sure they all line up, get their food, sit down, eat their food, don't smear themselves with their food. They clear up after them, and then they go and supervise them in the playground afterwards. So it's typically 2 hours a day. You go in, make sure the kids are ready for dinner, make sure the dining hall's all ready for them, then an hour sort of supervision and shuffling around, and then you clean up afterwards. So that's what a dinner lady does. It's like a school supervisor of kids during lunch times. Anyhow, I'm going to head off. Thank you, Iman, for reading.
It wasn't much today, was it?
Yeah.
We did a deads. How many deads was that?
I think it's 6. Might be 7.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'll have a think about what book's going to be next.
I mean, we could try the double one.
That's a shout. That's a good shout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Andy. Right. Yeah, teacher's aide combined with a lunch lady. Yes, that is what our dinner ladies are. Yeah. But she ended up going full time at the school, and now she works in the nursery, which is with kids sort of aged about 2.5 years old. Basically looking after the kids, like a kindergarten type place, but it's part of the school. So that's what she does now full time. So I'm going to be I mean, I hope to be able to listen in to OSC tomorrow. I doubt it, but we'll see. We shall see. I'm off as of 7:30 on Saturday. So, brilliant. Right, cheers all. Thank you. I'm looking forward to my holiday. Thank you, Joker. Thank you, Iman. Thank you, chat. And I'll see most of you in a couple of weeks. Good night.
Have fun.